What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everyone had a good week at the Cadillac Championship. I don't know about you guys. There's too many signature events, especially ones with limited fields, especially ones without a cut. With so many signature events, especially crammed between the majors, they don't feel very signature. So I think the PGA Tour does have a scheduling problem on its hands, but it sounds like Liv might be folding up shop here soon. So, one less competitor for the PGA Tour to worry about. As far as last week goes, Cam Young ran away from the field, ended up winning by 6 shots, I believe. Truly incredible performance. He led the field in strokes gained putting and was pretty dominant tee to green as well. So it was kind of a lackluster Sunday, but I did end up having a very good week of showdown. I won a ticket into the $4,444 Millionaire Maker next week at the PGA Championship. So if you want to send some good vibes my way, I would love to run hot next week at the PGA Championship. Just finish first out of 750 people one time. So I'm putting that out there. Let's get it done next week. I hope I saw a lot of you guys had a good showdown week as well. Main slates, I'm still trying to crack the code, but showdown seems to be working at the moment. And we do have a lot of showdown content at RotoGrinders. If you do want to check that out, if you're a premium member, you get access to this model, all the other, projections, my projections, the expert survey, my article, my bets, all that stuff you get access to. Plus, you get access to the showdown stuff, which has been on fire pretty much all year. So if you want to check that out, we'd love to have you. If not, just hit that thumbs up button for me. Appreciate you watching. Now let's dive into this week's event. It's the Truist Championship held at Quail Hollow Club. So this has been this course has hosted 2 PGA Championships and a President's Cup in the last 10 years. So I think it was 2017. They didn't play this event here, which used to be the Wells Fargo. In 2022, they didn't play this event here. And then in 2025, they didn't play this event here, but they did play the PGA Championship here. So in terms of the course history in the model, under 2025, as you can see right here, this is going to be from the PGA Championship last year. Obviously, the course was set up a lot tougher than it's going to be this week. We've already had golfers in interviews say that the rough is way shorter than it was last year, which is to be expected. But I did want to include the correct course history, at least on the correct course in the model. And in 2022, we had the President's Cup, so we don't have any course history for this specific course. This event was held that year. It was just held at a different course. You don't want to look at that when you are factoring that into your decisions. And course history is important this week. This is the 5th most predictive course history course on the PGA Tour. So guys that play well here tend to continue to play well here. As far as the rest of the course, it's par 71, 7,583 yards. So on a par adjusted basis, one of the longest courses on the PGA Tour. Scoring conditions, very difficult. Water's in play on 6 of the holes. The fairways, they're not overly wide, but they're not, overly narrow either. The greens are about average in size. And this is a course where everything's difficult. So the fairways are tough to hit, well below tour average. The greens and regulation rate, well below tour average. The scrambling success rate, well below tour average. So it's going to test every aspect of your game. And you have really fast greens. These are going to measure around 13 on the stimp meter. So maybe that plays into the course history angle. Just knowing the course, knowing the greens does come in handy this week. And yeah, so ideally we want bombers, but you can make up for that with accuracy and good long iron play. So if a guy's not a bomber, I'll still keep him in my player pool if he's accurate off the tee and a good long iron player. Guys like Siwoo Kim, those types. The guys that can just gain strokes off the tee are just going to be in a really good spot this week. Just good drivers of the ball tend to play this course very well. And that's going to be reflected in my weights. So I have strokes gained off the tee at 11% and driving distance at 6%. This is probably the heaviest I've weighted driving all year. Then we have strokes gained approach in the different time frames, mostly weighted to the last 3 months, but then we got 6% to the last 9 months, 3% to the last 18 months. I got around the green at 5%, putting at 4%, just because I do the tougher the course, the less I worry about putting because it demands more tee to green. When we have these birdie fests, then I definitely want to bump up the putting metrics. Birdie or better, I don't have it included in the model, but you can always include it, especially since this is a no-cut event. All guys are going to be playing 4 rounds. So for DK scoring, birdie or better is always helpful. I do bump this up for my showdown stuff. And then bogey avoidance at 3%. Again, course history, very predictive here. Have it at 6%. I also have strokes gained on long and difficult courses over the last 3 years. Rory's number 1, followed by Xander and Tommy. And then strokes gained on driver-heavy parkland courses. You have Xander number 1, Tommy 2, Rory 3. So no surprises there. Ben Griffin's kind of up there. Sam Burns is up there, which is kind of interesting. I don't have anything weighted to the cut percentage just because there is no cut this week. And then I don't have anything weighted to top 5% off finishes. Again, I was talking with my AI, Claude. They're just saying top 5% off finishes are very noisy, so you don't want to weigh in too much in your model. But the top 10 and 25% are a little bit more indicative of a true skill level for a golfer. So I have those two weighted. And then the form and field strength, I have 10% for 2026, 8% for the last 8 months, and 5% for the last 16 months. Field strength, I only have it at 6% this week. I'll probably bump that up a little bit higher next week at the PGA Championship. So let's go through the player pool. At the very top, we have Rory McIlroy, 11.7, really good price point for him. Typically, we see the favorite, at least when it's Scotty Scheffler, in like the 13K range, and we just haven't seen him since the Masters. I know he's got the great course history. I know I saw a stat that he's gained more strokes off the tee at this event than anyone has at any event in history. So it feels scary fading him, but I am going to be underweight on Rory. I think he's going to be focused on next week. I could be wrong there. Certainly don't think he's going to play bad. But I'm going to be underweight on Rory, going to be underweight on Cam Young, who just ran away from the field. Neither fade feels very good to me, but I like Xander a little bit more than both, and he's cheaper. He's got 4 straight top 12 finishes. The ball striking's been awesome during that stretch, and he's got 2 runner-up finishes at this event. He also played really well here at the President's Cup in 2022. So if I'm ranking the top guys like above 10K, it's going to be Xander, then probably Rory, and then Cam Young. Now, as we dip into the 9s, Ludwig Åberg, 4 top 5s in his last 5 starts. He did miss the cut here at the PGA Championship. Doesn't have the best course history, but he still projects very well. So a guy that I don't mind looking to, especially at low ownership. And he's number 3 in the model. So I like that quite a bit. Tommy's always fine on these difficult courses. Fitz is always fine. But he's coming off of like 3 wins in his last 4 starts. So I don't know. I think that's going to help keep ownership down, which sounds backwards, but people hate playing golfers coming off of wins, especially back-to-back wins, because there's no way you could win 3 times in a row, right? But there is. I mean, he's playing as good as anyone. So I do not buy this 25% projected ownership right now. I think it's going to be closer to 15, but I could be wrong. Just over the years, seeing ownerships based on, guys coming off wins typically ends up being a lot lower than you think. Siwoo Kim's one of my favorite plays of the week. 9,400 is a good price point. He has 6 top 11 finishes so far this year. He's also got back-to-back top 20 finishes at this course. So guy that I love in all formats. Adam Scott was 14 under par on the weekend last week. Ended up finishing in the top 5 after going +4 on Thursday. One of my favorite plays as well. I don't know why Patrick Cantlay withdrew last week, but that does worry me a little bit. He also doesn't play this event very much, at least not particularly well. So he projects well, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just have like 10 to 15% in MME and get my exposure to him that way. Hideki was kind of disappointing last week. I talked about Burns having some good course history. Hovland, good ball striker. Just all depends on the short game. If it's a bad week, he could struggle. Love Nikolai Højgaard. Big Sunday for him at the Cadillac. He made the cut here last year at the PGA Championship, and he's a bomber that's a good long iron player. So I love that combo this week. McNeely always seems to have 1 blow-up round and then, 3 pretty good rounds. He's finished in the top 30. I think it's in 12 of 13 starts so far this year. So kind of crazy, but he's been a top 30 machine. Very safe play once again this week. Spawn's an excellent ball striker. I'll play some of him. Ricky doesn't project well for me, but I do think I might bump him up. Maybe give him an 8% boost in the model, bump him up a little bit. Because I do think he's a good course fit. He's won here before. He's got 3 top 10s in his last 5 or 6 starts. So I do think he's interesting. Bhatia, love him in tournaments. Very good iron player, very good putter. I like that combo. It does lead to a lot of upside. Straka, another tournament guy that I like a lot this week. Can be hit or miss, but when he is on fire, he tends to play very well. And how about that tan line from Straka there on 18 on Sunday? It was pretty good. Not only the bald tan line, but, the little snapback hat, you could see the little, rounded part. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, go look it up. It's pretty funny. Smalley, I believe he's North Carolina guy, and I want to say this is his home course. He's also coming off a back-to-back top 10, so he's interesting. Ben Griffin, one of my favorite tournament plays. So, I mean, he was just dominant last year, kind of been quiet this year, but he was T10 at the Zurich, and then last week he was 3rd. He was also 8th here at the PGA Championship. So I think it's a great time to hop on board Ben Griffin. Minwoo is a bomber, but I don't know. I don't really want to play him this week. I like Kitayama quite a bit. Fitzpatrick's rating out really well, but again, a lot of his stats are from the DP World Tour, so take those with a grain of salt. You got Spieth up there, Woodland up there. Trying to think of anyone else that I want to play this week. I do like Justin Thomas. So he's coming off of his best ball striking event of the year. And he's 1 year before. He's got some elite course history. So I do want to play some JT. Yellow Mirage in the 6Ks makes some sense to me. Pendrith back-to-back top 10s at this course. Plus, he hit the ball very well last week. I think Ryan Fox is also interesting if you're punting. And that'll just about do it. So want to wish everyone the best of luck. I hope everyone has another strong week. And yeah, if you want to join us, again, we got lots of showdown content, lots of main slate content. Love to have you as a part of RG Premium if you would like to join us. And if not, just keep watching these videos, keep hitting that thumbs up button. Appreciate you, and let's get after it. Good luck, everybody.